to Deep Sleep Stories. Thank you to everyone who's been listening. If these stories help you relax or fall asleep, a short review, comment, or sharing the podcast with someone who might benefit is a simple and meaningful way to support the show so that we may continue to offer it for free. Now, take a slow, gentle breath and let's begin tonight's story.
Welcome to Deep Sleep Stories, where gentle words drift like ocean breezes and soft imagery invites you to rest. Settle in now, letting your body become still, your breathing smooth and steady. Take a moment to notice the comfortable weight of each limb, the gentle rise and fall of your chest. Let the quiet hush of the evening fill your mind, clearing away any lingering worries or concerns. Tonight, we will travel to the timeless beauty of Havana, Cuba, strolling along the famed Malecón as dusk descends and the glow of vintage cars shimmers beneath the deepening sky. As you listen, allow yourself to sink deeper into relaxation, comforted by the knowledge that here in this serene space, all you need to do is breathe and let the day slip away. Feel the calm around you like a soft, warm blanket. Listen to the hush within, the slowing of your thoughts, the gentle hum of your heartbeat growing softer. Close your eyes if you wish, or let them rest half-lidded, whichever feels most peaceful. Each breath invites a deeper sensation of tranquility, as if you can float into the story without effort. Let your shoulders relax, let your eyelids grow heavy, and gently inhale, drawing in a sense of calm and exhaling any tension. Notice the difference between your inhale, a quiet pull of balmy evening air, and your exhale, a smooth release. With each breath, you allow a little more stillness to settle inside. In this tranquil moment, you stand at the threshold between day and dream, gently enveloped in a soft twilight. There is no rush, no urgency, only a slow unraveling of stress and tightness. Let the deepening tones of evening hush your thoughts, promising rest. Now gently allow the story to take shape before you, shifting your awareness away from yourself, letting a soothing narrative flow into your mind. The rhythm of Havana's evening, the far-off glow of amber streetlights along the Malecón, the gentle motion of classic cars. These elements will soon paint an image of comforting familiarity. And now, as you slide into the warm current of the tale, you are free to follow along at your own unhurried pace. Where the Caribbean Sea meets a broad promenade of weathered stone, a graceful figure strolls under the fading sky. He is neither hurried nor burdened, but guided by the soft luminescence of street lamps that begin to flicker to life along the Malecón. The dying light of the sun lingers on the horizon, painting the ocean with strokes of gentle rose and lavender, dancing at the edges of day and night. It is a time of transition, a moment when every color seems to speak in hushed tones, as though reluctant to interrupt the unspoken magic settling over Havana. His footsteps are slow, nearly silent on the worn stones. With every breath, there's the briny scent of the sea, that tang of salt, carried by a mild breeze. In the distance, faint music drifts from an open doorway, a melody that lilts on a Spanish guitar, weaving in and out of the evening air. He notices the silhouettes of people gathered along the seawall, friends sharing a laugh, couples savoring the last glow of day, a solitary fisherman poised with rod extended. The entire scene feels bathed in a hushed gold as the sun's last rays mingle with the earliest flickers of street light. The stones beneath his feet are warm, as if storing the memories of a day filled with sunshine. A timeless dance occurs here every evening. The ocean offers its waves, steadily brushing against the wall, and the city offers its quiet hustle, its music, and a patchwork of pastel facades. Tonight, a mild breeze wafts over the promenade, bringing with it a subtle promise of starry skies. A short distance down the walkway, an old American car from decades past glides into view. Its paintwork is a glistening turquoise, reminiscent of a tranquil lagoon. Soft headlights illuminate a smooth path ahead, revealing the outline of the pavement and the faint glimmer of sea spray. The car passes him like a piece of living history, its engine a gentle rumble, its chrome details reflecting the last echoes of daylight. This is Havana, where the past coexists seamlessly with the present. In the hush of dusk, each moment exudes warmth and comfort, a balm to the senses. He continues onward, drawn by a gentle sense of curiosity. The sky transitions from rose to deepening violet, star by star, flickering awake, each light a small invitation to pause. There is no hurry. The walls that line the promenade have seen generations pass, friends meeting, lovers entwined, children chasing each other in carefree laughter. Tonight, they witness another tranquil story, carried along in the calm footsteps of a man simply enjoying the evening air. He notices the hum of conversation, soft Spanish phrases, easy jokes shared among friends. Laughter resonates, blending with the lullaby of the ocean's waves. Nearby, a vintage car in soft pink is parked, shining modestly under a golden street lamp. The driver, an older gentleman with a gentle smile, rests his arm on the open window, soaking in the hush of twilight. A faint radio tune seeps from within, a nostalgic melody that suits the timeless allure of the place. Slowly, the man strolling wonders about stories told within that car, moments of quiet journeys along cobblestone streets, nights filled with dance and music, days that slipped by under the bright Cuban sun. He imagines the hum of life passing by, woven into the fabric of the city and carried on the ocean breeze. As he moves forward, he observes small details with a kind of meditative curiosity. The surface of the Malecon's stone, polished smooth in parts by waves and footsteps, the swirl of color on the horizon, ever shifting yet always soothing, the hush in the air that arrives with nightfall. It is a gentle hush, welcoming to the mind. The gentle rumbling of the waves feels as though the sea is breathing beside the city, a steady cadence that lulls the heart toward rest. pauses for a moment, resting his hands on the low seawall, gazing at the ocean's expanse. In the distance, a cluster of lights shimmers where the sea meets the coastline, each light tracing faint reflections across the water. Seagulls, those still awake, glide across the twilight sky, their silhouettes passing overhead with barely a sound. In that moment, he breathes deeply, letting the quiet grandeur of the scene wash over him. The ocean, so wide and ancient, gently hushes the day's concerns, replacing them with a sense of wonder. Here, time seems expansive, and the soft hush of dusk envelops everything. Eventually, he continues along the promenade. Each step is measured and calm, and there is no rush to reach any particular place. Along the way, he notices a couple slowly dancing to the tinny sound of music from an old radio. It is as if they're guided by the soft caress of a guitar's strings, their movements fluid and unhurried. A warm amber glow from a nearby street lamp bathes them in gentle light. Their laughter carries on the breeze, mingling with the whisper of the tide. In the hush of dusk, small gestures, such as a shared look or a quiet chuckle, take on an almost magical significance. Another classic car, this one a subdued mint green with wide fenders, rolls softly over the street behind the promenade. Its occupants, perhaps a family returning home or friends seeking a late meal, laugh and talk in low voices. The car's headlights cast shifting patterns on the buildings alongside the Malecón, making windows and doors flicker in shadows that dance momentarily before slipping away. In the cityscape behind them, aging facades display pale blues and yellows, some chipped with time but all retaining a quiet dignity. Havana's architecture holds stories in every crack and corner. He nears a small cafe with a few tables set outside, each lit by a candle or a softly glowing lamp. The aroma of fresh coffee drifts outward, mingling with the salty night air. A local band, just a trio of guitar, percussion, and gentle vocals, plays a soothing tune that flows and recedes like gentle waves lapping at the shore. A few patrons are lost in contentment, sipping warm beverages or perhaps a refreshing tropical juice drifting on the current of nightfall. The music is soft enough that the hum of the ocean remains at the edges, as constant and comforting as a heartbeat. At one table, a solitary figure writes in a small notebook, pausing occasionally to sip coffee and gaze thoughtfully into the distance. The pages of the notebook capture the reflections of the evening, the tender glow of the sky, the murmur of voices, the shiver of candlelight on the table. Words flow slowly, matching the unhurried pace of the night. From time to time, the writer looks up to watch a passing car or a couple strolling hand in hand. There is an aura of quiet wonder in the way pen meets paper, as though the city itself is gently guiding the hand that writes. The man walking the promenade notices the calm sense of unity that pervades the atmosphere. Though many different stories unfold, They all merge into a single tapestry of late evening harmony. Whether a fisherman patiently waiting for a nibble on his line, a group of friends animatedly recounting the day, or the elderly couple dancing in the fading light, each moment is woven into the city's nightly lullaby. The last traces of the sun are gone now, replaced by a navy dome of sky across which stars continue to scatter, glimmering with an almost playful intensity. He turns his gaze toward a group of vintage cars parked side by side, their curved forms and gleaming paint transformed into subtle silhouettes under the street lamps. Each car seems like an echo of a vibrant era, reminding one of colorful parades, languid Sunday drives, or spontaneous trips through sunlit roads. There is a timeless elegance about them that matches the city, unwavering in the face of modern life, each aspect holding on to a distinct melodic rhythm. The blend of gentle waves and soft engine hums is nearly hypnotic, a lullaby for the senses. Continuing, he passes a small group of musicians who have gathered near the sea wall. They are young, earnest, and filled with a spirit of warmth. One strums a guitar, while another keeps time with a simple drum. Their voices lift in a harmonious lull, flowing out to the ocean and across the stone walkway. Passers-by pause for a moment, swaying or humming along, drawn in by the comforting invitation of music under an open sky. The words float into the salty breeze, telling stories of hope, of gratitude, of everyday joys that sparkle when night embraces the city. From time to time, a gentle wave spills over the edge of the sea wall, spraying a fine mist into the air. It kisses the ankles of those leaning too close, but even this is met with laughter, a shared moment of childlike delight. It's as though everything in this space conspires to soothe: the hush of the sea, the glow of the lamps, the easy laughter and music that drift into the night. Light glints off nearby puddles, and reflections of the city's lights shimmer with a gentle charm. Across the street, warm windows reveal inviting living rooms where families gather for the evening. You can catch glimpses of old portraits on the walls, or the outline of someone rocking softly in a chair, lulled by the subdued sounds of the street. The tantalizing aroma of home-cooked meals floats through partially open windows, weaving together with the sea air to create a comforting tapestry of scent. Every household seems like a gentle oasis, each light illuminating a small chapter in the grand book of the city's nighttime story. The man on the promenade feels a friendly tug at his heart, an intangible warmth that emanates from each scene. He wonders how many stories these buildings have witnessed: first hellos, final goodbyes, lullabies whispered to newborns, quiet moments of solitary reflection. Every crack in the plaster, every chipped paint surface has a memory etched within. And yet, even with so much history, the city remains serene, as if encouraging each newcomer to pause, breathe, and let go of the day's burdens. High above, the moon has made its ascent, round and glowing like a lantern in the dark. It casts faint silver paths across the water, where gentle waves appear to hold strands of moonlight in continuous motion. The reflection shimmers, at times seeming to merge with the street lights along the Malecón, so that land and sea share a single glowing necklace. Each wave that meets the seawall seems to rise to greet the moon's reflection, sending droplets into the air, where they catch and release the slightest glimmer. He slows his pace, simply breathing in the moment, enchanted by the collision of gentle surf and twinkling sky. Underneath it all, there is a sense of rhythmic constancy. The ocean's whisper, the sigh of a breeze, the hum of a distant engine, the quiet mingling of voices. Yet in its harmony, nothing rushes. Here, time stretches, each minute offering a gift of profound calm. Perhaps that is why people gather along the Malecón in the evening, to be part of this universal hush and let the city's ancient lullaby wrap around them. Further along, one encounters small street vendors selling roasted nuts or simple sweets. Their booths are adorned with soft lanterns that reveal gentle, welcoming smiles. Each vendor extends an unspoken invitation to linger a while, as though to say, "You're home here," among these nighttime wonders. Occasionally, a breeze stirs the scent of warm sugar and roasted grains, weaving it into the melody of the sea. Children, up past their bedtime, might tug at a parent's sleeve, pointing to a sweet treat that catches the eye. These miniature pieces of life come together in a calm mosaic of togetherness. In this shared hush, the man on the promenade notices how effortlessly strangers might exchange a friendly nod. There is an unspoken kinship, as though all who choose to be here understand the peacefulness that night bestows. Even the cars, so striking in their vintage charm, seem respectful of the tranquility, their engines purring softly rather than roaring. They roll gently by, guiding travelers to a new conversation or an impromptu dance or the next wave of reflection along the water. A short walk beyond, old lampposts with ornate metalwork stand guard by the sea. Reminiscent of a bygone era, their light falls in gentle circles on the promenade, circles that overlap here and there, leaving quieter pockets of shadow in between. Moving through this interplay of light and shadow feels like passing through a slow waltz. Even the shadows do not menace, they merely add texture, heightening the perception of each glowing pool. Overhead, the stars continue to blossom, filling the darkened sky with flecks of brilliance that mirror the city lights below. Soon, a delicate voice joins the night. It is the song of a street performer, a woman with a voice like warm honey. Accompanied by a quiet guitar, she sings a soothing ballad that echoes across the seawall, drifting out to the open sea. The words speak of longing and hope, carried on a gentle melody that resonates in the hearts of those who pause to listen. The musician offers her gift to passers-by with a humble nod, as if in gratitude for the chance to be part of this living tapestry of sounds. Her notes notes linger in the air before dissolving into the hush of the ocean, replaced by applause so subdued it feels like a respectful prayer. Moonlight rests upon the woman's features, revealing a serene confidence in her expression. Her eyes sparkle with a quiet knowing that music has the power to soothe and connect. She closes them at times, lost in the song's own lull, offering each note as a gesture of kindness. A small group gathers, swaying lightly. When her song concludes, the moment feels as if the entire Malecón breathes together in a hush, like an exhale of shared peace. All around, the pastel facades of old buildings reflect the faint glow of the sky. Their once bright hues have mellowed with time, giving them a softer, sleepier appeal. Draped in night's tenderness, they look like gentle guardians of memories. Balconies peek over the street, some adorned with potted plants that rustle gently in the breeze. Curtains flutter in open windows, revealing slivers of lamplight within. From time to time, a quiet voice or the clatter of dishes emerges, but it never breaks the calming spell. The man stops to observe a fisherman who seems to be packing up for the night. The fisherman, having patiently waited through the twilight hours, gathers his gear with a slow, deliberate grace. A warm smile lights his face as he nods politely to those passing by. Perhaps he leaves with fresh catch, or perhaps he leaves with only the memory of peaceful hours spent under the evening sky, lulled by the lullaby of waves. Either way, there is no urgency in his movements, no disappointment. The day's quiet gift has been accepted, whatever form it took. Eventually, the man who has been walking so calmly along the Malecón finds a spot to sit. He chooses a section of the wall where the stone is smooth and just the right height for leaning back. A gentle yawn escapes him, a silent acknowledgement of the day's slow release. He looks out over the water again. Now the sky is fully robed in starlight. The moon's reflection stretches across the water in a silver-white trail that seems to merge with the horizon, beckoning the eye and the heart to follow. The ocean answers with a soft, ceaseless murmur. He allows his mind to wander. Thoughts slip past like clouds on a mild breeze. The city behind him continues to hum gently, voices, music, a shuffle of footsteps, yet it all melts into a tranquil mosaic of sound. The hush of the sea, the glow of those vintage cars still weaving along the coastline, the swirl of conversation and laughter, these elements cradle him in an atmosphere of absolute calm. Time surrenders to the lull of the evening, letting the world revolve softly, content in its own leisurely pace. He envisions the stories of this remarkable place, imagining how many solitary figures have come to this seawall, searching for solace or clarity. How many friends have laughed here under the same moon? How many lovers have exchanged quiet promises while leaning into a gentle breeze? All those echoes swirl around like silent companions bound to the Malecón by memory and emotion. A feeling of peaceful belonging blooms in his chest. He is not alone here. He is part of the living tapestry of Havana's timeless rhythms. Another wave of drowsiness moves through him, so he closes his eyes for a moment, letting the sound of the ocean fill his senses. It is a soothing sound, constant and reassuring. No matter the upheavals of day or life, here the ocean is steadfast, lapping gently at the boundary of the land. It feels akin to being lulled by a cradle rocking in sync with a universal heartbeat. The tension in his shoulders melts, replaced by a comforting weightlessness. Time meanders, as it does in such serene moments. When he opens his eyes again, the city lights seem softer, the sounds quieter still. The hush of the night encloses him in its gentle arms, as though coaxing him to rest right there on the warm stone. He notices that the cars passing now do so with their headlights painting fleeting beams on the road, bright arcs that sweep by and vanish. The traffic is thinned, and fewer people wander the waterfront. Those who remain do so in near silence, almost in reverence to the night's hush. In the starlight, the pastel facades appear more muted, touched by the glow of various street lamps. A hush falls over the band of musicians. Perhaps they have finished their songs and are gathering their belongings, or maybe they simply rest, lost in the stillness. The city seems to breathe, a slow and measured rhythm that aligns with the heartbeat of the sea. No one is in a hurry to leave, for this is the hour when time almost stops, bringing an unspoken promise of deep rest and gentle dreams. Softly the man stands, feeling a sense of tranquility flow through him. He glances once more at the rolling sea, the shimmer of moonlight playing across its surface, and the silent dance of distant stars. Then, with steps that match the languid pace of the night, he makes his way toward the quiet streets that branch away from the Malecón. Beneath wrought iron balconies and faded shutters, he passes old doorways dappled by the glow of street lamps. A cat slinks by, pausing to glance at him with luminous eyes, before vanishing into a patch of darkness. All around the city drifts towards sleep. In the hush of these narrow lanes, his thoughts slow to match the unhurried pulse of the evening. The melodic flow of Spanish guitar is only a faint echo now, gently dissolving into the warm silence. Each step feels lighter, as if the tension of the day has been cast off somewhere along the promenade. A sense of gentle completeness settles in his heart, a calm that resonates all the way to his fingertips. And though he knows tomorrow will bring sunlight and lively sounds, for this moment the city belongs to the soft lull of the night and the serene glow of old cars that now rest in quiet corners. And let your awareness soften, as though each breath lulls you further into the gentle embrace of the night. The story lingers like a soft echo woven into your thoughts, comforting and tender. Picture the calm waterfront, the quiet hum of classic cars, the hush of waves. Imagine the city lights growing fuzzy at the edges, their glow gently melding into the darkness, encouraging your eyes to close if they haven't already. Let each exhale release another layer of tension. feel the easing of muscles in your arms, your legs, your face. Drift in the memory of that warm promenade where voices and laughter mingle with the hush of the sea. You may sense a gentle heaviness in your limbs now, a sign that your body is ready to rest. In your mind, you can still see the pale street lamps forming a pathway across the Malecón, guiding your thoughts into deeper relaxation. With each breath, your eyelids grow heavier, your breathing becomes slower. The gentle memory of a vintage car cruising by, its polished metal glinting under soft lamplight, stays with you. A quiet image that soothes the mind. The calm presence of the ocean, its steady rhythm like a heartbeat, remains in your thoughts. Let it wash over any lingering tension, sweeping you into a place of profound ease and tranquility. The warmth of Havana's twilight merges with the softness of your pillows and sheets, creating a cocoon of perfect peace. Outside, the night continues to breathe, unhurried and kind. And here you are, nestled in a safe, restful pocket of time where no urgency can touch you. The stories, the lights, the gentle hum of life, they all fade into a distant hush, leaving you resting in your own sheltered space of quiet contentment. If you can, allow your mind to surrender fully. Let the gentle hush of the sea and the calm glow of those old beloved cars remind you that you too can float through the night without concern. Feel a comforting heaviness in your limbs, a sweet drowsiness wrapping around your thoughts. This is your time for rest, for the healing embrace of sleep. Let the hush of Havana's dusk carry you into a dreamscape where you can wander freely and awake renewed. Good night, dear traveler. May you drift into deep, peaceful slumber, carried by the gentle tide of your breathing, lulled by the soft glow of street lamps and the rolling murmur of a midnight sea. Sleep well.